Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Kellen here, and I want to give you some game on that Mexican residency. For a year and a half at least, I've been talking about, hey, everybody, get your Mexican residency. I showed parents how when you do become a resident, how your kids could go to school the same price as a Mexican child who was born there, and that the universities like UNAM are so big, or Guadalajara that we just saw, just so big, beautiful. And then you say, well, do they have to learn Spanish? Well, one, when you go to a place, you should want to learn some of the language. But of course, there are courses like English and things that you can find that are taught in English. But is it not worth, 100 grand to learn another language? It used to be 100 grand. You probably make some money if you could speak another language, make 100 grand, with your other skills. At least it used to be, extra 20,000. And then depending on your job, right, while you go up, now it can save you 100,000 in tuition, which if your child was to take out loans. But this video is more about our experience and trying to give it quickly as possible of renewing our residency, which using the same expediter that we have, Miss Eva, lovely Eva, makes things go so quick and just organized, so you don't have to guess if you did not check a box or did check a box, especially when you do an expedited option. And all of this is on board. None of this is under the table. This is all legal stuff that you can talk about. That's why I'm talking about this. So renewing for a family of 4 was as easy as getting it the first time. Miss Eva made sure we had the details. We knew what the rates were, not just for her fee, but for the government fees, and to get this done quickly. And I would say it is definitely worth it. And I refrain from saying prices, because you might just be a single person and it might cost you, $400, $600, maybe $1,000. There are some expediters out there who will charge you way more, and not to say they're doing anything wrong, but they have different options in case you just want to do it all in one bunch and you never want to have to come back to Mexico for another 3 or 4 years. We plan on visiting Mexico every year because we plan on making it one of our homes, where we roam. We want to be nomads and moving around, and 20 weeks of travel a year for our family just isn't enough. So we want to make it a home. I'm seeing good things for Mexico. While we were there, we got the first female president. Hey, that was awesome. And I want to say, even inside of Mexico, some people were like, maybe you shouldn't go to Guadalajara during an election. Being in Merida is safer. And we appreciate the advice and listen. But I have to step out on faith when making these moves. Even when we did our Sierra Leone citizenship for me and my Peking, you have to step out on faith. And because I have friends and people and elders who are in areas who can kind of tell me what's going on, I wasn't worried about Guadalajara because I trust these people, I know these people. And let me tell you, if you go to Diversified Game podcast, when I put out that Rick Toms, that second interview on him, Rick is living his best life out there, and it is beautiful. Walking the streets at midnight, he said he's never had an issue, just having a good time in his older years. And he is mobile, moving, ready to jump, ready to go wherever you need to go, and not having to own a car, which I think that's a beautiful thing, because when an Uber can be $4, maybe $15, I think he told me at the most. Taking the train can be a couple bucks to get to the Walmart from being in the central area. It's just a beautiful thing. And you see the stress, it comes off you because you don't have anything to worry about. We went from Cancun to Merida to Guadalajara. We've been to Mexico City before, been to Tulum, seen the Chichen Itzas and all of that. But when you really get into seeing how the people live, and we saw one of the best homes we ever saw. We were at a home. If you look on my Instagram and you think I was at a resort, I was at a home with all this ancient artifacts, but everything new, monkeys, peacocks, beautiful, beautiful home. And it also taught me business. Just keep doing business and keep enjoying yourself, because the home that we're in was a gentleman who's no longer here with us, but he was big into the timeshares, one of the first, if not the first, out there. And so we always have to keep our mind open for business, because when I go to a country, and I want you to do the same thing, when you go to these countries, don't just go to be a turisto. Go to embrace the culture, the language, the history. See how you can also put an input to make life better. I think you should do that no matter where you are. You could be in space. Try to make space better. So it was just beautiful, and you get real friendships, real familia, and it's just like, it's just a beautiful thing. And so easy to get. The price isn't going to go down anytime sooner. I used to tell people, hey, for minimum wage, you could afford to go to Mexico. But finances aren't the only way you can go to Mexico. You do not have to make a certain amount of money, because I think right now, like, the minimum might be like $4,300 a month or something like that, and you have to have maybe 40,000 or something in the bank for the last 6 months. There's other ways of getting it, and there's professionals that can help you. We could assist you with putting you in contact with someone if you're a client of ours, and everything above board. So if you check out Diversified Game or wherever you see this, this is what I like to do. I like when people do it, even if you don't go through me. I love hearing people collecting citizenships and residencies. It's a beautiful thing.